we don't have enough independent film, and we don't have enough venues for it,
Yeah.
and we don't have enough opportunity for distribution. And
Right.
so you have these sort of one-off experiences, like these film festivals, where some of these films that you'll be seeing will be the only time that they will be shown, or one of the only times that they will, be put out into the wild. It is an opportunity to really see. And here's the tragedy: a lot of them are really good, and a lot of them are better than 95% of the crap that the studios are pumping out there. And so you
Yeah.
have an opportunity to see this thing that you really enjoy at these film festivals one time only. I say take advantage of it. Woodstock, the team at Woodstock does an incredible job of programming stuff. Throw yourself into the festival. It's a couple of days and you get to see a lot of really great stuff that you're probably not going to get an opportunity to see otherwise. And you get to do it in the way that we all love to do it, which is together.
Together. Thank you for joining us for the Woodstock Film Festival podcast, Let's Talk Film. I'm your host, Adam Shartoff. The festival takes place this month, October 15th through the 19th, in Woodstock, Saugerties, Rosendale, and Kingston. Visit woodstockfilmfestival.org for tickets and details. My guest today is actor, producer, I'm going to include activist Tommy Sadoski, who is an old friend of the festival by now. Safe to say?
It's very safe to say I love the
All right.
festival. I'm very happy to be.
I'm so glad that they programmed Adult Children, which is the film we're going to talk about. Let me just do this real fast. Adult Children is a new narrative film, feature film, directed by Rich Newey and produced in part by Tommy here. Uh, and we'll have a screening. Is it just the one?
Just the one.
I think it's just the one. Good. So it what it does raise the value of that one screening.
Very much so.
Adult children will be screening at the Woodstock Playhouse on the 16th at 8:30 p.m. You're going to be there?
I am going to be there. We're going to do a Q&A. It's going to be awesome.
Excellent. Do you know, I mean, anybody else that you want to mention or at the moment?
You know what?
I know.
We're in a massive festival
Right.
thing right now, so it's
Right.
just.
So everybody has to represent. I get it. No problem at all. Morgan, a 17-year-old with a sheltered suburban life, struggles to define herself in a college essay with a question so large and looming, she decides to stay home for the summer when a rare family crisis begins her decades older half sibling's home. Though shared generational trauma and familial love, through shared generational trauma and familial love, the four siblings learn to navigate some of life's hardest challenges while relying on each other and their fractured relationship. I'm going to just mention the other, again, Rich Newey is the director. Um, Cast includes Betsy Brandt. Is it Aya Cash?
Aya Cash.
Aya Cash, Ella Rubin, the very present Tommy Sadoski, and Mimi Rogers as
Uh,
mom.
that's
Do you ever think you'd be Mimi Rogers would be playing your mother in a?
I don't think Mimi Rogers ever thought that she'd be in a film.
No, right. I mean, that just kind of sneaks up on you.
Yeah, no, thank you. We got a hell of a group together for this thing, and
Yes. Yeah.
it's it's really extraordinary. I mean, we've been on a festival run here for a while now, and every stop that we've hit, we've won an award.
I'm sorry. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, terrible, right?
Yeah.
We just can't keep any shelf space. Mostly to do with the fact that we have like this beautiful story that people just it's exactly the kind of film that people are asking for right now. It's a throwback
Yeah.
to those kind of Cameron Crowe, John Hughes movies out of the 80s, 90s, where you
Right.
walk out of the movie theater feeling a little bit more hopeful about, the human condition than you went into it thinking. It hits all the right buttons. Your heart feels bigger. And really ultimately the thing that we're finding is that people feel like they leave the theater and the first thing they want to do is they want to go and call their family and make fun of them. So it's a really beautiful story about siblings, and it's got a lot of laughs, it's got a lot of heart to it, and it handles some pretty serious subject matter in a really deft way, which doesn't leave you feeling bogged down or heavy or um too sort of overwhelmed at the end of it. It's pretty great, and people are really responding to it. So it's fun, man, and I'm really glad that we got to bring it to Woodstock, which is by far and away one of my favorite festivals.
Yeah, each of the well, there are four siblings,
Yeah.
the main characters in the story, and they all are carrying around a certain amount of trauma, resolved or unresolved in various stages. Things are collapsing all around everybody, and the four siblings just circumstantially come together, and that's when those, the muscle or the instincts kick in to help each other and to love each other. It's a good message, right?
Yeah, and it's the way that you navigate through all of that stuff. And
Hmm.
listen, as anybody with siblings knows, it's not something that happens, cleanly, easily, or immediately.
No.
Like with siblings, you don't necessarily fall into like the best possible way to behave with each other right away. But at the end of the day, it is that familial bond, that love that ultimately, is what drives the whole thing home. And, as you work out this stuff between your siblings, that is the stuff that gets uncovered. And those similarities and those family ties. What is it? Irma Bombeck used to say, family ties are the kind that bind and gag. And I think that we really, with this movie, we really landed on that idea
Hmm.
in a really good way.
It's the first Irma Bombeck reference in a really long time. I appreciate it. You screw up on her. Um, Yeah, do you have sibling? I mean, I know personally, and it's not about me, but totally going through a sibling issue now, um, where there's just some drama going on. I don't want to get too much into it. Obviously, my sister, I love her to death. And I just wondered if you had siblings.
I don't.
Wow, okay.
Our I've grown up, or I mean, I don't have direct siblings. I grew up with a ton of cousins and very nearby my family. So, like, in some ways, yes, although not technically. Um,
Got it.
and
How in the world how in the world do you create a character then who has siblings? Tommy, how do you
I
explain
mean,
it?
honestly, like I said, it is exactly that, having grown up with my cousins as closely as I did, and frankly, like surrounded by people who had siblings, I've
I
watched
thought
it
you were
all.
just going to say acting.
Yeah.
It's called acting, man.
It's all just there, man. I mean, Annika Marks, who wrote the script, this is a largely, although not perfectly, autobiographical story, as she likes
Right.
to say. She wouldn't tell us exactly, she won't tell anybody exactly what parts are directly autobiographical and what parts are judged for entertainment, but it is pulled directly from her life. The bones of this thing are pulled direct, and frankly, some of the specifics are pulled directly from the bones of her, from her, directly from her life. So it smacks of authenticity because it is authentic. This is her
Yeah.
story, and
Right.
she's writing about these people that she knows and loves very much. And once we got on set, I mean, the thing with it is that, with Betsy, I've known Betsy for 5 years. I played her
Right.
brother on a TV show for 5 years. I've known for like 20 years off and on in the
Wow.
community in New York, and she lives like right down the road from me. Um, so it was, the sibling thing came pretty easy. And then when we found Ella, Rubin, she just fit right in. Like it was perfect. It's one of those things that it all just came together in exactly the right way. And then we brought in Mimi Rogers, and that was the spark, that sort of set all of it in motion, and we were off and running. And people, the thing that we're hearing from everybody is that, the authenticity of the experience, um, the sibling experience just leaps right off of the screen. So we're
Hmm.
really happy with the fact that it's touching people, it's reaching people, and people are laughing and having a good time with it.
Yeah, again, the movie's called Adult Children, and everybody in all the siblings in this story are, trying to manage, relationships, careers, like everything, and everybody's struggling. It's a struggle from beginning to end, and a lot of people will definitely be relating to that. But the other side of it is the title of the film, and we grew up in an age where, I mean, I don't know about you, but my parents were, they're gone now, but they were always like the net for me, like and also I couldn't really do too much wrong. So I don't know. I wouldn't say I was entitled, but there's a part of me that stayed kind of like a kid, a son. You know what I mean? Like that dynamic was always returned as soon as you got home. And I'm wondering, you know, um, if we're I would hope for us as parents that we shift some of that. You know what I mean? You're a parent, right? You have
Yep.
one young child or two,
Two. Two
two,
kiddos.
two youngins.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you feel like do you, how much of a responsibility do you feel like is that that's like kind of like all parenting is about in a way, right? Just getting them out and prepared
Yeah,
for the
making
world.
sure that they understand how to stand on their own 2 feet, and that
Yeah.
I don't want to listen. I don't want my kids to feel like they have to be adults before it's their time to be adults, but I don't want them to stay children into their 30s,
Right.
and I think that,
Yeah.
we went from, I don't know, my take on it, and I'm not a, sociologist, so, take it for what it's worth, but it seems to me that we overcorrected. We went from one generation where, you know, we had young people who were demanded to grow up and become adults under the most ferocious circumstances. Um, I think here we're talking the beginning of banned book week, right? So I'm thinking of like Slaughterhouse Five, I'm thinking of
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Vonnegut, and like this idea of the children's crusade, these kids who had to grow up under the worst of circumstances so fast. And their response to having their childhood stolen, was to sort of overprotect that next generation of kids who grew up with those parents who had their childhood stolen, grew up thinking, I don't want my kids to grow up with parents like this, so they overcorrected.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Mm-hmm.
nature of the United States. It's what we
Yeah.
do societally. We overcorrect. We
We overcorrect really good.
we do. We are a bipolar country.
I'll say. I'll
And
say.
I think that we're kind of moving the needle back somewhere into the middle, hopefully, with our generation. We're saying, okay, well, maybe we don't need everybody to be a fully functional adult dealing with the worst of humanity at age 18, but also maybe we don't need to have everybody living completely as, you know, superannuated adolescents into their 40s, so like,
Yeah. Well, we witness in adult children four adults or emerging adults in one case who
yep,
are struggling with fear, and that is a big deal for us all. Making our children fearless or helping our children to become less fearful is maybe a better way of putting it,
yep,
is the best thing we can do for them.
I agree.
It's a scary place.
It is.
This world we live in. It can be
World we
very
live in
scary,
is a
but it
scary
could also,
place. None of us gets out of it alive. So, the opportunities that you have to find people that you can travel it with,
right.
and frankly, any opportunity that you have to be reminded of that and maybe laugh a little bit along the way, I feel like is a pretty good service these days, and I'm really proud
Yes.
to be a part of this movie.
And the film, right. And this is well, they may have called this a dramedy once, but it's tonally right there where it should be. And you're going to leave the film feeling good. again, it's called Adult Children, and it is stars among its cast Tommy Sadoski, who's with me. And again, the screening will be at the Woodstock Playhouse on the 16th, which is Thursday, I want to say. Is that right?
That
Do I have that right?
is correct. Thursday
Yeah,
this.
Thursday, October 16th at 8:30 p.m. at the Woodstock Playhouse. That's a nice sized house, so get your tickets. There'll be a great Q&A afterward. While I got you here, prisoner, I just gonna say, put this out there before we say goodbye, and that is, I know you have a lot of strong feelings about the state of independent film, about the festival film, the art house film, yeah, etc. And I would love an opportunity down the line, no expiration date on this request, but that we have an opportunity to kind of talk in more nuance about that. I have a podcast I think I mentioned to you that I've been doing for a long time, and
I would love that. I
yeah,
would love it. Yeah,
no,
we don't have enough independent film, and we don't have enough venues for it,
yeah,
and we don't have enough opportunity for distribution. And
right,
so you have these sort of one-off experiences, like these film festivals, where some of these films that you'll be seeing will be the only time that they will be shown, or one of the only times that they will, be put out into the wild. It is an opportunity to really see. And here's the tragedy: a lot of them are really good, and a lot of them are better than 95% of the crap that the studios are pumping out there. And so you
yeah,
have an opportunity to see this thing that you really enjoy at these film festivals one time only. I say take advantage of it. Woodstock, the team at Woodstock does an incredible job of programming stuff. Throw yourself into the festival. It's a couple of days and you get to see a lot of really great stuff that you're probably not going to get an opportunity to see otherwise. And you get to do it in the way that we all love to do it, which is together.
together. Love it. Thank you, Tommy. Have a
Yeah,
great day.
thanks.
We'll see you at the Woodstock Film Festival on the 16th at the Woodstock Playhouse, and have a great festival.
Thanks, bud.
There you go. See, right there.
There it is. I like it. They did good with the poster this year.
Yeah. And
Cool.
after one or two washes, it doesn't feel like a shellac thing on your
Yeah,
lens. I'm like, anyway, I will have turned this off by then. Thanks again. Thanks for making this work out. I appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely, man. My pleasure.
And you should check out, it's called Film Wax. It's out there. I don't know, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. But you'll know a lot of people that have been on.
Let's get
And
on it, dude.
yeah,
Just
we can maybe after the festival run, if that's easier for you
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
I'm done with my chunk of it. At the moment, I have a sort of a hiatus. I think after like the first, let's say like November 9th, starting November 9th, I have a little bit of a hiatus.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Well, that sounds good. I have your email now, and
yep,
I'll reach out in a few weeks, and
yep,
we'll make
perfect. We'll
something
find the time.
happen.
Awesome.
Excellent. Yeah.
All right, bud.
All right. Well, great talking to you. Have a great day.
Thanks,
All
man.
right.
You too. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.